Hello and welcome again to Hockey Analytics with Timo Seppa. Today we're going to talk about who the best defenseman in the NHL was this year. In other words, who's deserving to win the Norris Trophy when they announce that. Big shout out here to my friends at Stathletes, Megan and Greg, for providing a number of additional advanced stats for my video here today. Stathletes is one of the top companies providing additional advanced stats, and they do a great job. Earlier this week, I was speaking with Mick Kern on NHL Network Radio on his Under Review show, and I mentioned Cale Makar's 30-goal season as an exceptional performance this year. He's only the 9th defenseman ever to reach 30 goals or more in an NHL season. Makar was the 2022 Norris Trophy winner, and of course he was the Conn Smythe winner that year as well. Going back further, he won the Calder Trophy in 2020, so very decorated, and this could be the second time he wins the Norris Trophy. The last defenseman to score 30 goals, and the only one since the lockout, that was Mike Green in 2008-09 when he scored 31 goals. He came in second in the Norris Trophy voting that year to Zdeno Chara, and second the following year as well to Duncan Keith. I think Green was never looked at as a complete defenseman, so that might have hurt him despite the incredible offensive output he had then. I don't think Makar has that issue. I think he is seen as a two-way defenseman. So Makar not only leads defensemen in goals with 30, but with assists with 62 and points with 92 as well. Going into those advanced stats provided by Stathletes, Makar is also first in individual scoring chances off his own stick for defensemen, and he's also first in chances created for teammates. Both of those 116 for the season. So Makar's case is point production and it's scoring chances, both his own and creating scoring chances for his teammates. Let's look at Zach Werenski of the Columbus Blue Jackets. Of course, Cale Makar was with the Colorado Avalanche. I didn't mention that. Columbus, with 2 nights left in the season, they're making a tremendous run to try to get into the last wild card position. Montreal has a chance to clinch tonight. If they don't, Columbus can complete this unlikely run and sneak into the playoffs, and that makes Werenski a sentimental choice. I think frequently for trophies, voters look at players with great seasons on a team that made a big turnaround from last season or made an unlikely run into the playoffs. So that certainly bolsters his candidacy. I don't know that should be a particularly big factor, but it's there. Werenski has this season, he has career highs in goals and points, and he's on a point per game pace for the first time in his career. He's one of 2 defensemen who's leading their team in scoring. So what's Werenski's big case? We said with Makar, it's point production and scoring chances. For Werenski, he is a time on ice workhorse, and he excels at leading his team on the rush. So as far as time on ice, he's the only player in the NHL above 26 minutes time on ice, and he's the only player in the NHL above 22 minutes of even strength time on ice. He leads all defensemen with shots on net and shot attempts. Going into that, the piece about leading the team off the rush, he leads all defensemen with 138 shot attempts on the rush, and that is a big 54 more than the second place player. So by far the NHL leader for defensemen in shot attempts off the rush. And it's not just shot attempts. He scored 8 goals off the rush, and that leads defensemen as well. Not surprising. Finally, regarding the rush, he's the leader among defensemen in zone entries. So that is Zach Werenski's analytics case for being the top defenseman in the league this season. How about Quinn Hughes? Quinn Hughes is last year's Norris Trophy winner as the top defenseman with a big season that Vancouver had. Obviously, the Canucks are having a down year this year, and they're missing the playoffs. But let's talk about Quinn Hughes' case despite his team's struggles. I would break it down as saying it's about puck possession and passing. So, according to Stathletes, Hughes leads the NHL in possession time per game at almost 4 minutes per game, and that's a minute more than Makar in second place. He's also tied. Hughes is tied with Connor McDavid, big name obviously, in offensive zone time per game, and that's at a minute 14. He is second in the NHL in shot attempts per game, and he leads all defensemen with 6.21 shot assists per game. So helping his teammates create shots. And finally, talking about the passing element, that was the puck possession element. Mainly we were talking about there, but passing. So we talked about shot assists, but according to Stathletes, Hughes is third among defensemen in stretch passes completed per game at 5.34. And he's also third among defensemen in cross-ice passes completed per game at just about 6, so at 5.99. So who is the best defenseman in the NHL? Is it Cale Makar with his goals, assists, points, scoring chances, and scoring chances created? Is it Zach Werenski, the time on ice and even strength time on ice workhorse, who has shot attempts and goals off the rush and is the defenseman leader in zone entries? Or is it last year's winner, Quinn Hughes, with great puck possession, offensive zone puck possession, and passing? So for me, it is hard to look past Cale Makar. If he has 2 more goals, he'd be up in, that would be a top 10 all-time goal scoring season, up with Bobby Orr's, I believe it's his 1973-74 season. So huge for a defenseman to be scoring that much. And he, as far as scoring chances, he does it himself, and he creates for his teammates. Obviously very talented teammates, but I think this is a slam dunk for Cale Makar. So that's what I have today. Thank you again to Megan and Greg at Stathletes for helping me out with this video, giving me a great nuanced breakdown, I think, in the leaders in who is the best defenseman in this 2024-25 NHL season. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next time.